All right, we're recording the Power Hour for November 17th. Can't believe where the time is going. Where's the ball gone to? All right. So before I get into running ads and kind of how to, advertise your site or areas of the site, there are some glitches still that we're working out. There's some stuff on the client side. Have you guys all set yourselves up as clients on your own website? I recommend you do it. Set up some alerts. Play around with it. Let me know if you notice anything. I don't know whether it's certain emails yet or not, but it appears that there's definitely Yahoo doesn't seem to be picking up the emails. A lot of what? Going to the client's junk?
Yeah.
Okay. So I need to know all these things so they can, if it's a programming issue.
I talked to them and they said they couldn't do anything about that.
Probably true. It's probably the same thing that could have been happening with marketing too. There's a lot of spam filters out there that just will grab this crap until they mark you as a trusted source.
I had one that they are emailing a girl I know, and they're calling her Nina.
I need to know.
I'll get you the details.
Let me know
on
the
that.
exacts.
Yeah.
If you see something screwy on the screen, if you can, take a screenshot and send me the screenshot and say this is the lead. Try to give me as much information as possible, what kind of computer you're doing it from. I was having trouble last night when I was on my website, on my Lenovo, and every time I had an account, but I'd never been on my Lenovo. I went through a listing word, and it asked me to register again, probably because that computer wasn't recognized yet. It was fine. But then once I logged in, every time I clicked on a property, it was popping up a box to make me register again. And I had to register like 5 or 6 times before. And it wouldn't stop. But on this computer, it's not doing it. So I need to be able to send them specifics on with a website. It has to be able to talk to a lot of different platforms. Apple,
Yeah, that was happening to me.
Windows, and it might be something to do with Microsoft Edge, which is the Windows 10. And I have even bank-owned websites that I can't use Microsoft Edge on. I have to go to Internet Explorer. So I just need to know as many details as possible. What kind of computer it was it a laptop? Was it an iPad? Was it your phone? And what you're seeing, what's happening, so that they can work through those things. I also have to ask them some questions regarding, Alicia has kind of noticed that she didn't, on her computer, when she updated a search alert for certain clients, and she went in and changed something in here, it wasn't sticking. I did it from this one, the price that we changed stuck, but I couldn't make 3+ work or 2 to 3 work in the bedrooms, the bath counts, and I just don't know if that's something that they need to fix or if there's a certain way it has to be put in there to keep that.
Oh, that search in, does it show up will it show you 3 and 4 bedrooms, the one you already have?
If you just do 3 bedrooms,
Yes,
it's probably just going to send 3 bedrooms.
Only 3.
Yeah. But I tried to put 3 and 4 in there. 3 to 4, it wasn't grabbing it. So I got to find out what the deal is with that. So
that's
they
not
are
just like a minimum.
They are responsive to issues. So if they have issues, I need to get it in their hands as soon as possible because they have been very good at fixing it. I just wish they had fixed a lot of the stuff before they launched. Anything else anybody's noticing?
Looks like we love the website. Let's go.
I have got some positive comments from, there's, Alicia hasn't found having problems with it. I had someone in Westford who said he's got a really tech-geeky friend that really loves the website. It's a lot better than Market Leader. Have you guys heard anything? Guys? Anybody else? No? Good stuff. I think it needs to work through some of its kinks, but overall, I think the searchability is pretty good on it. Displays a lot nicer, I think, from a properties perspective. So hopefully they can just work through some of these I got the attention of Bill Foss, the CEO, and everybody at this company. So
Now, when we want to respond to somebody that has sent us a thing and we get to that screen there, now do we click, like if we want to send them a text, we hit text?
Yep.
And then we type in whatever it is we want to send?
Yep.
And that'll be coming from that 855 number? Okay.
it'll get tracked in the system. If you text from his personal cell phone, it won't.
Right.
It won't.
Yeah.
So you could always add a comment that you.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, you
From
could add a
the phone.
comment down here, a note, ask, call that person in the future, whatever it may be. One of the things we talked about could be a good use of this website when with the alerts is if you've got some seller clients that are thinking about selling in the spring, set them up for a listing alert in their price range of what their house is, and put them in here for probably daily or maybe weekly as an update on what's going on in your market, so you can watch what your competition is doing. It's a reminder of you all the time too. If you're talking to expireds or for sale by owner, set you up on alert so you know what your competition is doing. And then you can add a little task in here to call them in January, call them in March, kind of reminder of yourself to prospect these sellers that you're but kind of pretty good use of website. Any before we go into like the ad part of it, running ads, are there any questions on the back end on using it, managing leads?
Did we ever figure out the other way to delete people?
It's called junk. So you can pick whoever you want and then do a bulk action. And
Delete leave, okay.
I don't know if you have that. You might not have that.
Yeah, we
don't.
don't, we just have.
If you update status,
I know we-
you can
It doesn't, Steve, it's about.
make it to
That's
junk.
what, yeah.
If you tell me every once in a while, all my junk leads I want to delete.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is there a problem seeing them in junk as junk?
No, it doesn't leave that screen.
This screen.
Correct.
So if you ever.
But if they're not,
You can select all and you send an email. Say,
right,
happy Thanksgiving.
It'll go to your junk.
Is that
No,
what-
I don't think it'll still send it to the junks, but I guess
No.
it's
Just a.
the mentality of like,
Keep
you don't
it
want stuff,
clean.
get them out of
Junk,
there.
Yeah, I
happy
get it.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
well, if you have
Maybe you
enough,
can do that in filters.
I mean, if you have enough leads in here, they won't be showing anyways because
Still go to the bottom.
they'll go to the bottom. If they're not using the website, it's always automatically sorted by the last activity. So if your junks are way down at the bottom, this has got 382 pages right now. So any of the junks are probably not going to show up until some of them.
Well, what about more filters? You can probably hide junk.
You can. And the filters seem to be sticking, so if you put filters in, let me see if you can do status. Oh, you can do.
Yeah.
You
so
can,
just let the status show.
Yeah, you can just say, I just want to see.
And this is what you want to see.
Go. So click what you want to see and leave junk out. And that filter should stick because I had a filter in there and I was trying to find a lead of hers when I went back in and because my filter was still on. So if you need to clear your filter, you can clear your filter. But you could filter it that way. Okay. Any questions on inside a lead? If you need to delete an action plan, if there is the new lead, like Tony asked, how do I get rid of the new lead engage plan because I made contact with the client, got showing set up, and then they got an email saying I'd like to show you some properties.
Yeah.
So you just, if an action plan is here, there's a little button that looks like a trash can right next to it. Just like a trash can, and it'll delete that. Yeah. Listing alerts won't stop. So if you delete them from an action plan, it doesn't mean their listing alert's going to stop. So those will continue.
So like when all of my contacts got imported, they all got added to that action plan?
No, they got nothing.
Oh, so maybe they went to the site themselves and.
Probably they got a welcome email.
Right.
So they went to the site and then they had to probably re-register themselves for that computer. So that computer gets recognized and they would show up here as starting property.
And that's how they got on the action?
Yeah. Well,
Because I didn't set anybody up.
what was the lead name?
That was that, Debbie.
I think if they come in and
No,
they're
well,
wholly engaged.
did you send any emails out like, hey, this is my website or put it on Facebook or anything?
On Facebook, yeah, definitely.
So she went through Facebook,
Right.
and it wouldn't have known that she was going through that email, welcome email, and she would have registered herself as a, what they call a Google property popover. And when that happens, it goes automatically into the new lead engagement. So if somebody goes through your Facebook or you put it on Craigslist or anything else, it's going to put them into new lead engage, which is trying to make contact with them over the first 10 days. If you guys haven't tested that out yet or not, probably early on you were getting a lot of emails and texts that were kind of, I don't know, wording was not ideal. I've gone through and modified that new lead engage
I
program.
found some that weren't bad, it's just, but some were so specific that, you know, that the person contacted me like, oh, we're gonna go look at the houses tomorrow. I'm like, oh.
Right.
We're scheduled for Friday.
Tested out. I spent a lot of time in here going through these, so there's less steps than there was before. And you notice there's no text now. The only text that goes out is to you, letting you know you got a new lead. Because text right now, they don't have a filter to not send them out between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m.
Right.
So we shut those off. If you want to text a lead, you got to text the lead, which makes sense. If you get a new lead and you're not getting a response, just go into the system and hit text and say, hey, thanks for visiting my website. I'll show you guys in a minute. You can pick one of the text templates to send out, but it's not going to send them out automatically, so they don't get texted.
There's a data going to the website for text to track.
Not
Is any response they can track any text out or response back all out through one. Right, so then when they come back with that person.
you can click
There's
on
a
the link.
link, there's a link, and if you click on the link, it brings you to, like, your dashboard pops up, and then another thing comes on, it kind of highlighted in there, names at the top.
I mean, I don't probably do one day entirely a day. But text them, call them first or email them. If it's odd hours, I'll email them and then I'll call them during the day just because I'd rather know if they're actually talking.
Some of the texts have the website in it and stuff like that, so it ties back to the website, hopefully the automatic text. Also, you'll know when you text them if you do it through the system, so it's just a matter of personal preference probably, how you want to do it. Ideally, no matter what, if there's a phone number, you should be trying to call them, so maybe that's kind of up to you, but
I think
in all these, I've changed a lot of them, so like things like where it said, oh, I'd love to show you some homes today, I put, I'm available the next couple of days if you want to take a look at some homes. So I've changed a lot of the wording in it to be,
Reverse lead tracing?
yeah, I did it, it goes down and goes all these things.
The way I see that, maybe I'm not reading right, but see the end triggers over on the left?
Yep.
And it looks like if it's not new, so if you change it to not new, to anything else, like contact or something like that, then you're not going to get.
I assume that, I asked that question, but I think that's true. If you move them off, change the status.
Because that's what, that's what it says, if it's not new.
Probably the case.
Edit the template ourselves.
No, you can only create new templates, so you can copy it, create a new template. But you can't change the office action thing, you have to create your own action. Probably the next power hour, we'll go over. It's a little tricky because you got to create the module, where the value, see all those things on the left. You kind of got to know what you're doing to be able to set it up right. It's triggering where the lead come from, the status, obviously, as Joanne mentioned, and when it stops. So you're probably exactly right on that. Change the status of it.
Yeah, so if
It's
you don't
gonna-
want something going out to somebody.
Because this is
change it to
saying
not new.
the module is the lead, the status is not new, then that's the end trigger. So that's when that whole action plan will stop. So if you change it to contacted,
Or junk or.
Right. Probably stops.
It was made from but you're offering the source, Google, property popover, there's like direct. What were they doing? Or some, because I know it's like wrong.
They answered me, but I need to get more clarification on what that means. They're telling me the Google direct means like a direct link from email that you send to them. Like, you send I'll leave a welcome, hey, here's my website, or put it probably on the signature line. That would be a direct link versus manual ad. Obviously, that's ones that you add. Google probably pop over. They tell me that that's if someone puts an address or finds you on Google.
Or could it
somehow.
be Facebook, any social media?
I don't know about Facebook. And I don't know about referral yet either. That one came from Facebook. So they're telling me
What's that?
I have one that had, they have a different A
on the search alert or for the source.
for the source.
And I'll find out. I've also asked them to identify what's an office, if they can make the source office. But I'll try to find out more about the source.
Let's go through the mass emails everybody wants.
Yep.
Let's go read through the template. The template was from Grand Office. Massachusetts. Very good with like somewhere in Utah, I don't remember what it said, whatever it was not our office.
So if you're in here and you picked all these leads and you picked bulk email,
And it was like, welcome to my new website.
and which one did you select?
I think it was the welcome.
This one?
Now go read through the email content.
Oh, yeah, Prudential, Utah, those.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm glad I read through it before I sent the email, because I was like, oh, does it automatically input your name? Your number,
Well, that's not the one I would.
signature, and all that?
I don't know. I've never looked at that one before, but the welcome email that we created first is the newly imported lead welcome email. Which is I'm excited to announce we have a how to do home search site. I love it. This is what it's got on it, etc. So that's the email that.
and it auto fills all that.
Signature at the bottom.
Yeah, anything that's in parentheses, it fills. The agent, first name, last name, their name.
So I didn't even take it.
No.
Just so you know, read over all these before you send them, because I was reading over one and there was a typo in it.
If you notice a typo, send me an email because I can change it in templates, and I've tried to catch all the.
It still does the slash wherever there's a comma.
Well, let me know which ones they are because I've changed most of them
Oh, okay.
that I noticed. I mean, if I go through the templates, there's a ton of templates, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Most of them are tied to everyone that's tied to that new lead engagement plan. I've changed and pulled out the apostrophes because it was messing up the apostrophe. So, but there's still a lot of templates that you guys can select that some of them I may not have totally gone through yet. So if you notice anything like that, let's know. So that we can fix it on the template end so that you don't have to fix everything together. Same thing with the text. Notice anything, just let me know. I'll change it. I can change it pretty easily right here, and then it filters down to the okay. Any other questions on the weekend? You see how many times I was being. If you see any of this on any of your leads, that's clearly it's asking them to sign on to the website every time you click on a property.
Oh, that's what that is?
Like if you see a lot of leads submitted, they're having probably either their computer or it's something in the back end that's causing them to register.
Yeah.
So any of your clients that are actively looking, look at all the contacts that are going on. If you see anything like this, like lead submitted, just let me know. That way I can send the lead to them and they can check it out.
Anytime you're in a conversation with someone, no matter where it comes to, What's that slash? Every time there's a comma.
Are these,
This
what are
is,
these?
this is her responding, sending a text through the thing.
She's sending a text to you.
Right. Through the website.
What, are you doing texts?
Well, I was trying to, it turns out she's not getting them. When I send them from here, I would have had to go in there.
Oh, yeah, you probably have to log on. I think, so if you text her back, it's not,
She's not getting it right. That's why there was like a question mark. She was like, but then I went and actually like physically texted her from my own phone number and kind of got it all cleared up. But you see how it's putting a slash every time there's a comma?
From her.
She's right. Not that it's that big a deal, but.
Yeah,
But
as long as it's only on,
seems that-
as long as it's only on your end.
Yep.
That's fine, but, all right. The other thing I pay attention to, if you go in and modify anything on a client search, let me know, like if I change this to max price 500,000, client says, I don't want to look at anything over 500,000, hit update. Let me know if it sticks. Alicia was having a problem with this sticking, so when she went back in there, you look at it again, the 500,000 would be in there. Be working on it. Or I'm doing it right now, but if you notice any of that, let me know. So I guess try to break it. Let me know if they've assured me that any of this stuff will be cleared up. Hey, tomorrow, if you guys don't say anything else, let me know. So I think I want to continue to try to break it as much as possible and see where we can find issues. Okay. Anything else on that end? Does its job of capturing. Just got to get the rest working on it. Because it's capturing leads pretty good. I don't know if you guys have tried that end of it, but when you first start searching, it does its job of capturing leads, which is good, but got to get everything else working right. All right, moving on. Anybody else? All right, let's talk about running ads. So obviously you want to start from your website.
But that with the admin after or not? Right up afterwards. I said, this is not the admin, this is just.
No, this is your website. So if you went to your website,
Yeah.
anything you can search, you can run an ad for. So let's say I just wanted to run an ad for Shrewsbury Homes. Pick Shrewsbury, probably just keep it all. Like Market Leader, wherever you finally get the search results that you want, that's when you would create your ad. So I could keep it high to low, I could keep it low to high, depending on what I wanted to do, what I was trying to attract for clients. You can do a price range, pretty much anything you can do. You can do investment properties. Yesterday I was going over this with the Westford crew, and like one of the agents likes to work with investors, and they figure, okay, the winter, who likes to buy in the winter? Investors. Deals. So I showed her how to basically go in here and do a search for Lowell. You can do you could do just REOs, foreclosures, that stuff. But all we did was we did low 0 to high 250, and we ran the search. And then once we did, okay, let's say this is the results we want to show. I'm going to change it high to low because I'm looking. Let's say I'm looking for higher end clients in Shrewsbury. And because let's just take this link over to. So now if you click on the top URL, that's your link. So you right click copy, go over to Facebook. You have to be able to change the pictures, you have to do it from your business page first, and then you can share it over to your personal page. So I'm on my business page for the Shrewsbury office, no different than your business page. You hit paste. and it's pulling in some of those pictures of the properties. We can add our own pictures also. So it pulled in a few pictures automatically. But one of the things you can do if you don't like those pictures is to go to Google. And one of the things that when we were running the bank, the investor property search yesterday in Westford, I just Googled flipping homes. I grabbed an image from Google Images, flip this house, put that in the ad, so you can run an ad on Facebook's, or anywhere. But let's just go.
Are we allowed to teach people what you want? Yeah, you do, right?
Yeah, if you're
So now I'm like, always.
I take pictures all the time.
I do too.
Don't
I'll
leave the
ask
rest
for
of the,
forgiveness later. Oh,
Okay,
sorry,
I
I
did not
didn't
go
know.
by that.
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I had no
exactly.
idea.
I mean,
But they're out there for everyone.
if you are taking like a, if you're taking,
Registered trademark picture. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
but if you're like taking something like that, somebody's gonna flip out on that picture if they ever saw it. So it depends on what you're using. What's that? John? So yeah, if you use like a picture like that, that one you probably don't want to use. That one definitely not.
All for sale.
So
I have some shoes where you look
Definitely
at
draw
it
your
like
attention to
this.
the ad. They'll be really disappointed when they click on it and see what their agent actually looks like.
right.
Oh, you don't look anything like that. Like, oh, oh. That's with my makeup before I get sick.
Yeah, exactly.
I work with a yeah.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
my admin.
I'm sorry, you were expecting somebody else? All right. So then once you get the picture, right-click, save it. I mean, if you're worried about it, go take some of your own pictures, center of town, or wherever you're running your ads for. So let's say I just want to save this picture. Call it Shrewsbury, Mass. I mean, the other thing you could do is from your website, you can take a picture. So you guys all know how to screenshot. So everybody usually has on every computer a snipping tool or a screenshot tool. So I'm just going to take a picture of my website and use that. So I can just take a part of the picture. If you just usually every computer has like a little search bar. Just search snipping tool. Maybe in your programs like start program, you can start programs.
Right.
So once you do a screenshot, you can save it and then you can use it in your ad. So now if I go back to my ad, add a photo. Okay, I just want to use my web picture I just took of my website. Pop in there.
So you took
And then you
individual pictures and
yeah, it depends on what you want to do. Ads will offer you the ability to do 3 or 4 different pictures or even more. And the other thing you can do with this is if you want to run an ad for a few different towns at once, once you have pasted that clip in, you can erase this link. So you can say, look for homes, looking for home in Shrewsbury, whatever you want to write. Let's say I want to say in for Westboro. You can add links for each town.
Approval from the union?
For what?
Pictures on your site?
I've talked to we actually were at the board, and if you're taking a picture of your website, MLS syndication, you're not advertising that individual, you're advertising your website. So that's, we asked them, I actually went to an ethics complaint regarding that. And basically the complaint was, I don't want my listings on their website. That was more like than anything. We did have someone call the board once, and they said as long as you're not advertising their listing per se, you're advertising the website, it's syndication's allowed. So there's nothing they don't want to syndicate. They can their brokerage can choose not to syndicate out of their lots. But for now, if my first link is it's going to be that one that I posted in, as you'll see, it's already in there. But now if I had a second town I was running an ad for, say Westboro, I could change this wording to Westboro Home for sale. So if I click out of that and then I go to this destination, if I go back to my website, I want to get rid of Shrewsbury, so I X that out. Search for Westboro now. Once those results pop up, then I can take the link out of there. Now I landed in Westboro Homes. Just take that link, copy it, go over here and change that link, second picture. So now that second picture will be linked to Westboro. First one will be linked to Shrewsbury. So you can have multiple towns in your ad.
First put to your site, I mean on Facebook, you copied your link.
Yep.
On Facebook.
Yep.
That address, did you rename that? Is that address now linked to the picture?
It automatic when you start out your ad, and I'll do another example. When you paste it into just this section right here,
Yep.
It pulls in the pictures and it pulls in the links automatically for those pictures.
Okay.
You can then change the links, and you can then also delete what you just put in there because it needs the whole thing to populate and start the ad. But once you start the ad, you can then up here you can erase all the link information, so you don't have that ugly long link in the description section. So if I publish that now, if I was ready to publish that, it's going to show up. You can go back in and edit it if something's wrong, but if I click on that first picture, it's taking me very listing. And if I X out of that, go back to my Facebook ad, if I click on the second picture, it's going to take me to the Westboro listing. You could do, different towns. You can do different price ranges. You can do the first picture as, 200 to 400,000. The second one is 400 to 600,000. So that getting people where they want, where you want them to go. And all you have to do is, if you wanted to do a price range here, you just add a price range. So let's say you want to start out the first picture, we want to do 200 to 400,000. Yeah. So now it's 20 to 400,000 properties. So then if I took that link out, you notice it has in there 200 to 400,000 now. So then if I wanted to create my ad that way, I can either go back and edit it if I want to change my ad. If I wanted to make this second link $400,000 properties, I can just do that. I don't know if I can change it from there, but maybe if you can't, so you have to make sure you get that set up right. You can edit your ad. You can only edit this part up here. I thought you could edit this down here. So just make sure if it wasn't right, you just delete it. Delete your post, but yeah. But each of these You can change the
So at the
description.
beginning, you can change those pictures, there's a little link symbol on there, and that's when you can change the picture to link to a certain thing?
Yeah, it looks like a little,
Right, right, so chain links, yeah.
yeah, it looks like a little chain link. So let me just, yeah. All right, so if I start it again and I've got my 200, 400,000 loss, I'm gonna start with that, copy it, put it in Facebook. So once you paste that link in there, it's gonna bring it all up.
Right, yeah.
Then you can change the link there. You can change the wording here. You can
Pretty much for the second picture, you still have that same little link thing?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, you just hit over it, has that one.
There we go, so.
You could even like link to a career page. You could have a buyer ad and then a seller ad right next to it. Anything you want, really. And then once you post it, like this is one I ran yesterday, you can share it to your public, your
Right.
personal timeline.
Yeah, it's definitely better to put it on your business page first and then share it to your personal page, right?
Chris, I know, have you been playing around with this at all? Any, other tips you have? I know you're pretty good at this stuff.
Seem to add to the.
Yeah, for sure.
Really quick, basic up. You really want to concentrate on looking on it. You don't want to just
Right.
because if you guys, you're selling a $400,000 house, you don't want to waste your money running ads to people.
So if I'm going to boost that, let's go over that right now. So you go into edit audience. Is that what you do, Chris?
Yep. You have more options if you do it from ads manager.
Oh, I got you. Do it through Ads Manager?
Yeah.
As opposed to just boosting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have more options on demographics,
You put
interest.
interest in here. That's one way to do it. So let's go to Ads Manager. Go to that through your home page.
Or set the criteria to the ad manager.
Yeah, so instead of just creating it and boosting it, you would create your whole ad in Ad Manager. It probably depends on the town you're looking at. And how specific you want to get. Have you started running ads with it, Chris?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Oh, good.
Yeah. So you would just walk through.
The new website, it's sorry, I can't see.
Oh, okay.
Terrible website. The new website, easy for people to use, so that's what I'm searching. Find it.
Okay.
So you want to, yeah, you want, that one's fine.
Boost your post?
Yeah. But going for this will give you more options.
Okay. So if I go to Shrewsbury.
Yeah.
Oh, no, no, that wasn't what I wanted. That must be that's probably the ad that I was, that's the one. So,
And behaviors, because you can go to behaviors and narrows it down even more. So then your cost per click goes way down, and the clicks are more valid. So that can be just some random person that's not even interested in it.
okay.
There's a lot of preset behaviors. So
so let's say
so
I'm in
you rent.
Shrewsbury.
So if you can do like renters that make a certain amount of money that are about to move, because Facebook knows if you're moving, or thinking about moving, Facebook knows. So one of those behaviors is moving soon.
All right.
So it's not called exactly moving soon. You just gotta
Right.
So I
scroll
just
through it.
picked 25-mile radius around Shrewsbury. Let's do this. I'm gonna pick, obviously I don't want 18-year-olds to see it. Probably Shrewsbury, probably 30-year-olds. Language, I don't really
If you
care
click on
about.
more demographics, those are the ones you really want to go to.
Uh,
Yeah.
but they know how much.
They're watching us
They
right
know
now,
it.
just so you know.
So I want people that make 125, and this is household incomes or individuals?
They don't count.
They don't tell you.
So
Do they figure that out by occupation or how
I
do
like it.
they figure out by what you post, and they basically Facebook what you
they
post.
stalk you?
Well, Facebook stalks you. So say you're on Facebook and you log out of Facebook and you go to other websites. Well, Facebook is still following you around. They're basically, as the second you put Facebook on your computer, Facebook follows you everywhere, not just on Facebook. And then then all of a sudden you see like ads for Dodge Neon.
I swear it listens to you also. You know?
Actually, it does. If you click on your phone to make a post or on a computer to make a post, when you click to make a post, while you're typing in your post, your microphone on your phone or your computer is turned on, and they are listening to you. Their whole premise of listening is for provide you a better, more relevant ads. So that's what you're saying. When you
Oh, I'm
post
gonna
it,
say some
I was
shit
done.
now. Now I'm screwing with
Oh, I know.
type stuff for behaviors. So
Testing one.
so you can just go through all of those.
Like I was in Georgia and I commented on GameStop.
Purchase
Their logo had
behavior.
changed, but up here we hadn't seen it yet. But when I was in Georgia and I commented to my daughter, I'm like, oh look, the GameStop logo has changed. Can't play that after that. I didn't get it.
There's just so many you can go through.
Yeah. How would you find like newlyweds?
Like what?
Like people getting married?
There's
I know there's a lender that used to do this.
if you go to demographics, there is engaged, married. It's under relationship. In status. Then you got single, married, engaged, everything.
Oh, yeah.
They got everything.
So you could run ads to people that are,
Just got engaged, might be looking.
yeah. So everybody puts on Facebook engaged.
Might
I just got
it's
engaged.
complicated.
Oh, yeah, there's no one
It's
that gets
complicated, it'll be
engaged
your
and doesn't
biggest,
put that up there.
These are,
Yeah,
these
right.
are ads or
I'm gonna start running my own ads.
So you go to-
No, these are the ads show up on the side.
No, you can select. You can have it in your photo stream. You can have it as well. Have sometimes sponsored ads appear, or in a side view. You can select which one.
So you can select.
Yeah, so
And
So
Yeah,
you scrolling down,
What
you can say.
I would just select on so at the bottom you have remove desktop right column. I would even remove desktop newsfeed. I would just leave mobile. From all the testing I've done, 92% of all views are mobile. So it's like from all the stuff that I've done, I don't even bother with desktop views anymore because nobody really looks at their Facebook. Well, 8% people
During
do.
work though?
They're on the
People that are
phone.
sitting at their desk.
They're on the phone.
They're secretly
So
under
that the
their
office
desk.
doesn't know what they're doing?
Yeah.
And half the time, probably their office has Facebook blocked anyway.
Yeah. I just stick with mobile because it gets, from all the testing I done, like 90-something% of views come directly from mobile.
So just on that criteria, I added 125 to 250,000 to 350,000 engaged. Yeah. So engaged, 25-mile radius of Shrewsbury, I had there's 200 to 500 people average estimated daily reach for $5 a day.
Yeah.
Not bad. And if you really
And
want,
that's
you can-
money going towards very specific audience.
Right.
You're not spending money to some 16-year-old kid that's just scrolling through Facebook.
Right.
You're actually targeting, so every penny you spend is actually going through a more qualified lead that's viewing it. So you're not throwing money away. So the $5 goes less audience, but a more inclusive audience that's interested in something like that.
So do you post at first on your business.
You can
page,
do it either way.
And then
You
go to Ad Manager to boost it?
Yeah.
Can you create?
You can create ads in Ads Manager.
In the same way.
The same way. You can do
It's like
either
one
or.
page,
Yeah.
Like which page you want to manage, which one you
Yeah.
want to send it?
Either one.
Yeah, so you can just go back to.
Because if you go through the ad, if you make posts through Ads Manager, it gives you more options. You can do scrolling pictures, all
Can
kinds
you
of stuff
edit
like
as
that.
well too?
Yeah.
Like, just like.
Oh, you can add text, edit text, everything.
You
Yeah.
can't edit though once you posted it through there.
Through Ads Manager,
Yeah, once you posted it.
you have to pause the campaign.
Yeah, you have
Then
to.
you edit it, and then you
It
redo it.
wouldn't let me even pause.
So. if you
And then
get-
I shut it down and had to redo the ad because
Really?
my website is www. And then Gmail, I had the Gmail now.
Yeah.
And noticed after it was working for a day, so I had to shut the whole thing down because I was I tried
Yeah.
everything.
If you do a send to your website, or you can do different things.
With those, the send to your website, it depends what you want to do.
Yeah. Those, you can't get a lot of wording there. Right?
No, you're limited to your text on those, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why if you go to boost your post, you're not really limited with how much you write.
Right. And you can do things like if you're going after, people getting married, you could say, I specialize in helping people
Right.
realize their dream.
First time home buyers or whatever.
But
What
what's
the lender
more,
was doing, he was putting like a picture of like, I don't know, perhaps like Beyonce getting married or something like that. Threw it up there like, and
Yeah.
I don't know if he got sued or not, but that's what he was doing, and he was landing 3 or 4 new engaged couples a month around the Boston area.
Who was
this way.
doing that?
see,
There was this lender, remember the really
The
Italian
slick guy,
kid, the
yeah.
slick Italian kid from
Yeah, yeah.
Boston? He was doing these ads. He was doing those ads just to engage people, and he was getting all kinds of clients. I don't know.
see, but one thing is
He was
your ads,
he was
your-
putting a lot of money behind his ads.
Yeah.
your actual ads have to be like eye-catchy and engaging. You have to make them so people will want to click on them, because if they see them, you're paying for views, but if they don't click on them, it's kind of useless. So you need like engaging, eye-catchy kind of pictures, and
Like
your
that girl,
wording has to be, yeah, there you go.
Just put her.
And you can't, and also you can't ask specific questions when you're doing your ads, because they'll get you banned. So like, you can't say, do you want to buy a home here, like, say in Worcester. That, for some reason, they don't want that, and it gets your ad banned.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
If you do it the first couple of times, you'll get away with it. I know from experience.
Actually have a
Jen,
conversation
is there any
with
service
somebody
you
about-
use it for your sponsored ads that did all that questions, with all questions?
What's that?
Do some kind of campaign, they post it for you on behalf of you?
Yeah, but that was very like, do you like this house?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what do you think of this kitchen drawer?
Right.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
that's
mean?
very broad. It's like the really
It was
specific
Facebook
ones.
posted, so,
Oh, so right,
yeah, so I,
like this house, do you like?
yeah.
But like if you're scrolling through your feed and you see a house and do you like this house, would you click on that? Your copy. That's why your copywriting has to be like
So I did this
catchy and
ad
engaging.
last Friday, and the website booked 2 leads from that. I spent $20. I probably could have dialed it down more with what he's talking about, but I just ran it specifically a 20-mile radius around Westford. One of the leads was like a $500,000 lead. I don't know if the agent has been contacted, but
You can also
Decent leads.
exclude areas too. So like say there's around Westford, but there's some like really dumpy town that you don't want to. You can exclude towns and zip codes and everything too. So you can really narrow it down.
So you could do 25 miles around Shrewsbury, but get rid of Worcester.
If you do, I think if you do, yeah, you can. If you do this through
I live there.
also because
This is steering.
Also,
not
because
steering.
what is this Explorer? I don't know if Explorer has it because Facebook also has a Power Manager. So if you go through the Power Manager, they just added this feature. You can do a pentagram or halogram, whatever the hell they call it. Basically, they give you a map and you click, and you target those ads. So you can go like zoom in on Worcester and target specific streets just
Right.
by like clicking.
Oh, okay.
Like some of those programs you buy for like post-production stuff, you can do that. Power Manager.
Is that in Facebook?
In Facebook?
Yeah, our website does it too.
That's oh, but I don't think it works on Explorer. You have to go. You use Chrome or Firefox.
And that's
It's one of those. I forget which one. Yeah,
Oh, it
but
is.
it's called Power Manager. It's through I forget which one, either Chrome or Firefox. Only on those
If you're in that search engine.
if you not search engine, but the platform. Not like Safari or Explorer. It only works. The Power Manager only
So
works on
it'll
one of
only
those.
show up if you're in one of those.
It's one of those. I forget which one. I think it's gotta be Chrome.
I would say,
Pretty sure it's
Chrome,
Chrome.
if anything.
No, just because I did Worcester and I got a bunch of people that.
Well,
never buy
another.
houses.
If you really want to like target, you go to Google AdWords, and then you do audience search on Google AdWords, and Google AdWords will give you like specific keyword parameters to use, and you can import those right into Facebook, and then it really targets it down.
Google AdWords and do what?
You search for audience, you develop your audience in Google AdWords,
Okay.
and then so like say your audience, say you're looking for investors, and there's like what's that investor for Bigger Pockets. There's Bigger Pockets, and there's a couple other ones. So you can, that will give you links to that and a code. So then, if you go to Facebook through Power Manager, through behaviors, you can input Google's thing. So then you're targeting more specific towards
Okay.
through Google, which targets it down even more.
They will have to have a class on that,
We do need to have a class just on that,
on advertising.
on how to handle your Facebook.
I mean,
ads
because
and boosts
beyond
and this, that, and
Facebook, you can also go and, do Google AdWords as well.
AdWords, it's very expensive to do, probably 4 times as much as Facebook advertisements, but you can steal Google's search algorithms to use into Facebook.
The other thing I wanted to do Google AdWords for is running ads specifically on your address of any listings that you have, very cheap, because who's going to type in 1223 Main Street, Worcester, Mass, or 122 Main Street, like using very specific keywords relating to your listing, so that if someone Googles the address, you're going to be at the top. Because some of these websites like Zillow and Trulia, one of my agents in Westford, he had a listing at a condo complex, 2 Powder Mill Square in Andover, and Zillow and Trulia were not picking it up. All the syndications turned on MLS, everything's working. It's already even sold, and it's still not picking it up. It's picking up all the other units. Actually, it's picking up all but one other unit on the market. So some of these websites like Zillow and Trulia, they're having issues with their syndication right now, and it's in some cases, it's probably a good idea to, you might spend $10, $15 over the duration of having the listing to have that address in Google AdWords, so that if someone types in 1223 Main Street, it's going to show up number 1. You're going to be probably the only sponsored ad, because nobody else is going to pick out the sponsored ad. But we'll have a class on that too, because it's, sometimes you have those sellers that are Googling their own address, when nobody's going to Google an address, typically.
Right.
They're going to go to a website and look in a price range because they saw it on a, who knows, but they're not going to, most people aren't going to Google the specific address except for your sellers who are like, how do I know you're marketing my property? How do I know? And his seller was asking that question, and everybody looks at Zillow and Trulia like they're the king of the world, and they got to be 100% accurate all the time, and they're not.
Right.
Remember on our site, they said that they shut down the Facebook link. Reactivated?
They didn't shut it down. What will happen once they fix it, which they hope to be this week, is if you click on an individual property, let's say it's your listing, you'll be able to click on the share button and share that listing. Let's see if it's probably still not fixed. But, so once that's fixed, you'll be able to click on your individual or office listings and share them in this fashion.
That was the way I done it.
See, so it's pulling in the wrong. It's not the link isn't working, and it's pulling in the wrong picture.
Yeah.
But in the interim, if you have your own listings, one of the things you can do is when you go to your listing, you'll see up here the URL is correct. So the URL for that property is correct. You take that over. So you probably, what I would do is just, whether you have your picture saved or not, you click on the obviously we shouldn't be advertising this one because it's not our listing. But let's say it was your listing or an office listing, you wanted to advertise it, you just save the picture, X out of the picture, take that link, copy it, go to wherever we are, Facebook.
That came up.
Yeah, they came up in the office, like all of us.
Thread. They talked about.
Right. I thought everyone in the office knew that was listed.
Yes, I thought so too. Why, did somebody say something?
I remember we did do a thread that. Like, yeah, so it seemed like not everybody was.
Really?
I think before her,
Well, we did
there was
before her.
one, and then it was
Right.
somebody asked again, and then,
Right. Maybe you should.
post, and then,
Well, was everyone in this room cool with it?
oh, yeah.
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 Yes, please don't be a first time.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Please don't market my listing.
if someone's not, I'll talk to them about it. I mean, the first priority should always be to sell our property. If
Absolutely.
you're doing job number one for your seller, then you want everybody
Exactly.
possible to
Was the
share.
one that That's the most ridiculous thing.
Yeah. All right, so if you wanted to do your individual property, you take that link and you, again, paste it in. And then from there, you can add the picture of that property.
So this is in place of direct sharing into
Yeah.
websites.
So the link will be right to that property is, because you can see it's to that property. So then you can just say, you put the address, the price, for that listing in there. Or one of the things I would say you could do is just go here and you could take this description, copy all or part of it, and put that in there with the address, and it's a nice, it'll create a
It's already
nice,
been written for you.
nice little ad for that property. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. And obviously just move that picture to number one.
Just the other pictures that are there, I mean, do they scroll through them, they're there, or do you get rid of them, or?
What's
I
that?
think you can, if you get rid of them, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you want it to be just one, okay, yeah. But right now, there's just two active pictures, right? It says 1 and 2. There you go. They're not,
Yeah.
they're there, but they're not
Right.
there.
So then that one will show like
Right.
that.
I think it looks nice.
So then you can also change this. You can change that to the address. You can check out this great home, put the address here, and then you're advertising that listing.
But once you get rid of that long URL, you just,
Yeah, you
once
just
you link it.
delete it out.
Once it's activated, then you just backspace it.
So you just and then the link stays, the picture stays. Just hit post. But it takes a little longer because that live link's not working, but it's still post them, and then once you post them, it's easy to post. But eventually, you'll have this fixed. You can just hit post, pull that front picture in, and reference that property address.
No, that one was not from our office.
No.
You shouldn't do it.
So yeah,
Only in our office.
right.
Okay.
Unless you have, one of the things that the Westford crew is doing, they've reached out to a couple agents in town because we just said, do you mind if I share your listing on Facebook? And they didn't have a problem with it, Some agents will, some agents won't.
The ones that do want both sides.
Right. Right, pretty much. All right, any other questions? No? So you can do the same on Craigslist. You could run the ad on Craigslist. They check on my website if you're looking for homes in Westboro, wherever you want to run the ad for.
How relevant do you think Craigslist still is when it comes to advertising properties now? People are on the Facebook a lot now.
They do, but I think they still buy it.
You do?
Yeah.
All right.
I did my
They are.
yesterday, but I told
I used to.
Some of them are like,
Yeah.
You're already getting-
I don't know.
A lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
There's a lot of crazy everywhere, that's right. I mean, think about it, we're going on Facebook and saying, on Saturday between 11 and 12, if you'd like to murder me, I'll be at this location all by myself. You know what I mean? So Craigslist is the least of the concern. You know? Like, I almost gave myself a door light on. My back to the door.
Just say me and Jeff will be at every other house.
Yeah, I'm gonna say me and Jeff will be at.
Then they can get 2 for 1.
I know, I'm afraid of that.
I am, I'm not.
All right, we're gonna call this. I'm all done.
The last one.
I've lost everybody.